Hello everybody, my name is Ronja Engarde, and welcome to Pokemon Platinum version, one of my personal favorites. Well, after Emerald and Heart Gold, pretty much. So, we're just gonna skip right the fuck over this, because this ain't important. So yeah, this is the start of a platinum Nuzlocke, if you will, and god damn it, if you could just look away for a second. Okay. Yeah, this is a platinum Nuzlocke, and in case you're not familiar with Nuzlockes, just gonna very quickly go over the rules of that. That means that I can only capture the first Pokemon on every route, and it also means that I'm gonna, if any of my Pokemon faints at any time, then, they're gone. I can't use them anymore. And, also, with the capturing, I'm allowed to skip something if I already caught something in that family. So say if I've already caught a Pikachu and I encounter a Raichu, well, not that that would ever happen, but if I caught a Pichu and I encounter a Pikachu, I can choose to skip the Pikachu. I'm just gonna call this guy Barry since that's his quote-unquote canon name. So yeah, and the third rule is that I'm also gonna nickname every Pokemon to create a closer bond. And this is also just, for your information, this has also been put through a randomizer, not to actually randomize anything. All the encounters are left as is, and all the trainers have been left as is, which is why I'm not calling this, a randomizer, because this is not a randomizer run, but I put it through the randomizer just to update moves, so that, all moves are updated to Gen 6, not Gen 7, but Gen 6 standards. Also so that all evolutions now no longer require to be, trade evolutions are gone. Pretty much, well, that's pretty much it. All the trade evolutions are gone, so you don't actually have to trade with anyone to do any of that. Then there's something else that I'm forgetting. Oh yes, base stats have been edited to their Gen 6 standards, which, it's not a lot. I think there's 10 or 15 Pokemon that has a 10-point increase. I think Beautifly went from 90 to 100 special attack, stuff that is not super duper important, but I just want everything edited to the Gen 6 standard, which is newer than the Gen 4 standard, which it's not as big of a change as it was from Gen 3 to Gen 6, Gen 4 to Gen 6. But there are still some things like Bullet Seed being massively buffed, which, hopefully we're going to be able to use pretty effectively, but who knows? That still remains to be seen. Also, in case you haven't already noticed, I tend to not really pay much attention to the dialogue. Well, especially in Pokemon games, I don't really care that much about the dialogue. And especially since this, is just quote-unquote a Nuzlocke, so it's not like I'm gonna do anything crazy or special or anything. This definitely isn't a story run. This is just, a challenge run, I should say. Also, I took the liberty, if you paid attention, you might have seen me changing some stuff in the options. Text speed to fast, and I also took the liberty of changing the the window to the beautiful checker pattern, which I actually am a huge fan of. But I also took and changed from switch to set, which is one of my two personal rules, because the rules that I mentioned previous, the first three rules, only capture the first Pokemon, fainted Pokemon are dead, and nicknaming, that is just, the standard Nuzlocke rules, but I also have two rules on top of that. Nothing too crazy, really. Now I wonder who I should pick here. You know what? Let's go for Chimchar. Yeah, I have two rules on top of that, which is one, I always play not on Switch, but on set, because, if else you're able to switch Pokemon after you've defeated your opponent's Pokemon. So basically switching, between turns, which, I feel is pretty cheap, because your opponent can't do that, so why should you be able to do it? And I also, on top of that, I don't allow myself to use items in battle. So, for example, holy shit, I'm completely blanking. Yeah, I'm not allowed to use potions or full heals or antidotes, anything really. The only exception to this, or no X items either, because X items are just completely broken if you use them correctly, so none of that shit either. The one exception to this, I try not to use them still, but I will make exceptions for PP restoring items, like ethers and leopard berries and all that, because I don't really feel like it's too broken to use those, because there is a definite risk versus reward that doesn't favor you too much, really. And hopefully that's all the explaining I have to do, really. I know it only took me 9 minutes. Well, not completely 9 minutes. There was some introing in there as well. Ooh, we might actually... Oh. Okay, that was just a casual space-time rewind there. Yeah, I actually reset because I was planning on just continuing, since usually I just do that. If I lose to the rival in the first battle, I just usually don't count it because it's the first battle. But no, I did actually reset the whole game, so this is pretty much an alternate universe, if you will, from what you saw in the first 10 minutes. Oh lord. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see, because I think this Chimchar might not be as strong as our quote-unquote first Chimchar. I'm gonna promise you that's the last time I'm gonna mention that. Quiet, not the best, not the worst. Usually you wouldn't want a negative speed nature on a Chimchar, but it's pretty fast to begin with, so losing a little bit of speed isn't the worst thing in the world, but how much you want to bet that there's gonna be a time where I'm outsped by something and murdered? Oh, let's just see how that's gonna turn out. Ah, well. I'm actually pretty excited to see what we're gonna get, because right now it is fairly early in the morning. I think it's like 9 a.m. Don't have the clock right in front of me. I can actually... Yeah, it's 8:45 right now, so right now it should be at least morning encounters, which include a certain Pokemon, which I'm not gonna jinx by calling out its name, but Oh, we're probably gonna see that one. This is also gonna be, I'm probably just gonna go until I've captured, you know, all the available Pokemon that I can, because right now there are 3 areas that we can encounter Pokemon in. Also, by the way, I'm not counting Pokemon encounters until I've actually... until the first available moment where I have Pokeballs, and then I start, you know, counting encounters, because, you know, if that wasn't the case, then I would just... you would straight up lose the first Pokemon of every game. Or, you know, especially, for example, in Emerald, you would lose out on 2 encounters unless you're incredibly lucky. Which, you know, I'm usually not, so... yeah, definitely have that rule in place, and I, you know, now realize that I kind of lied to you and say that, oh, that's gonna be the last of the rules, but hopefully this time is gonna be the last. Because, you know, I'm not really a fan of putting, you know, too many stipulations on myself. I usually, if I ever do, like, challenge wins, I like to keep them fairly simple, like, you know, not necessarily easy, but, you know, simple at the very least, so that, you know, it's not too much to remember. Because, you know, my pea-brain ain't gonna remember, you know, 40 different rules or something. Ooh, what should we name you? Oh, yes. Yep. We are back on track for amazing nicknames. So say hello to work, bitch. Yes, I'm very happy about that nickname. Oh, work bitch to the Chimchar. Oh god. I'm not gonna deny that's probably my, the favorite part of doing Nuzlocke is just giving my Pokemon the stupidest nicknames. And I mean, I suppose there's like a... because there used to be on the internet, you know, like, in the late aughts to the early 10s, there was like the, oh, LOL, so random kind of humor. You know, it's not like that's where it's originated, or if it's ever ended. I don't think it has, but I feel like the internet has kind of moved away from the, you know, quote-unquote random humor, you know, stating that, you know, oh, this isn't funny anymore, it's just, you know, oh, random to be random, and, you know, I'm definitely not trying to be, you know, like, like, forcing myself to be random, like, not at all, because, you know, I'm definitely, you know, agreeing with the people that say that, forcing the funniness or comedy or anything like that doesn't work at all. Like, genuine funny stuff is stuff that just comes out from, you know, the nether, or, you know, comes from spontaneity, you know. So I never tried to force myself to create a random nickname, you know. I just, like, literally put the first thing that pops into my head into the nickname slot. And that's how I like to do it. I should pick up like 3 of these. Because even though I don't use potions and antidotes in battle, I still use them out of battle. You know, for the sake of convenience and all that. Because that's pretty much why I came up with that rule of not using items in battle, but use them outside of battle, because I feel like that's the most fair, because, you know, that's how the NPCs do it. They always have fully healed Pokemon at the beginning of the battle, but they don't really use items in battle. So, I feel like that's pretty fair. So, let's check out what we have here at Lake Verity. Probably gonna be a Bidoof. Oh no, it was a level 4. That's a pretty solid level. Pretty solid level Starly right there. Ooh, I already have a nickname in mind. So, watch me get a critical and just murder this thing. Oh, wow. I'm just, I'm just expecting it at this point. I'm just waiting for that, unlucky critical. Oh, God. Because, okay. That's a very feisty Starly. Yeah, feisty. Yeah. Even though I consider myself fluent in English, like I'm definitely not perfect, but I consider I guess fluidity in a language. I don't know if that's the right way to say that. When you're able to fully converse with an adult person that has that language as their first language, when you're fully able to converse with an adult without having to, look up words or meanings or anything like that. And I definitely consider myself to be on that level. But still, I do have English as my second language, so there are still times where I'm like, wait, how do I say this again? Oh. Gentle. Again, not the best, not the worst. I'm definitely happy with what we've gotten for right now. Also, the reason, I guess I don't need to give a reason, but the reason why I did choose Chimchar was because there's not like a lot of fire types in Sinnoh. Actually, not in general, anyway, but especially not in Sinnoh. They did add like a couple fire types here and there, because previously it was just Chimchar and Ponyta, but now they have the Magmar line, and they have Flareon, and they have like Houndour, and yeah, I think those are the main ones. Yeah, I can't really think of anyone else, so I'm probably forgetting something very obvious, but those are the main ones, and that's still just like 5 Pokemon, so yeah. Still got some room for improvement, but when it comes to grass and water types, especially water types, there's like a million of them, so I didn't want to go for say a water type in Piplup and then get like 4 other water types, or just look at what happened in Hoenn. In the end there, I lost like 3 or 4 water types, and I still had like almost 20 of them at the end. Like, it's crazy. I was like, we need to encounter something that's not a Starly, which is probably gonna be a Bidoof. Oh man, I actually do really like Bidoof. It's so cute. Don't kill it, don't kill it. Okay, thank you. Once again, fully expecting it to happen. No, for some reason the first name that popped into my head was Bidet, but I'm not gonna call it Bidet, that's just rude. Like, I'm pretty much just trying to spend this time coming up with a nickname just so that I'm not stuck on the nicknaming screen for like a whole like minute, just humming quietly to myself. Ooh. I seriously, when editing Emerald, that was just like the biggest thing that I know. One of the biggest thing I noticed. My fucking humming, not the way I'm writing it here without the U, but the way that I, every time I was nicknaming a Pokemon, I just fully went quiet, and all I said was just, So, you know, I'm gonna try my best to change a little bit of what I do so that, you know, I don't do just a full repeat of Emerald. Which I don't think it's gonna be, because, you know, there's plenty of different things to talk about in Platinum, so... Just took a swig of water, because for some reason my mouth is just really dry. Hopefully you haven't been able to notice, but it's been well, it's this weird combination of, like, very dry, but also really, you know... God, I'm not gonna get into that. That is nasty. Girl, ain't nobody wanna hear about your mouth. Girl, they just wanna hear what's coming from your mouth. Well, you know, the words specifically, not the noises. Ooh, free Pokeballs. I'm not complaining about that. So now it is just the encounter here on Route 202. Oh, please have Intimidate. Please, for the love of God, have Intimidate. Hell yeah. That is pretty fucking major. Just, you know, getting a Shinx, like, not only that, but getting a Shinx that has Intimidate. Ooh, girl. That's pretty good. I was fully expecting to get a Kricketot. You know, just saying. Like, I was expecting to make, like, a huge deal out of it. You know, oh, I got... Well... Oops. I thought I was gonna be able to take it at least one more hit. Well, really what I was expecting was to be able to fucking capture this thing, but apparently not. This little gal is being really stubborn. I'm very tempted to call you. I just got a better idea. Fuck, but that's too many letters. Ah. I have two different things in mind. One is more serious, but one is more silly. I know my brand. I don't have room for booties. It's just gonna be like this. Don't come for me. Actually, no. There. I would rather have booty be fully written out. And then just do like this. Booty killer. Oh, Lord. Hasty. That's actually a pretty decent nature. Well, I mean, even though we lost Star Booty. Oh. Come on, it's the first episode. Give me some respite from the death, please. Oh well. I feel like this has been plenty good enough. So let's give a more fitting name to this box. Yeah, I mean there are other people that just release their Pokemon, but I like to keep them in here just as like so I can go back and just look, see what I've lost. Good morning. Not so good morning. Oh well, there are gonna be other Starlies, and you know, other flying types in general, so Now it just sounds like I'm trying to rationalize. Because I'm just, I don't even like Starly anyway. Oh. But I generally am not like the biggest fan of Starly, so. Oh well, I'm gonna be seeing you guys in the next time. Goodbye.
Right now, I'll show you how.
Booty.